I want to do a little bench video because I'm working on a couple things here. First, just wanted to show this little hack I just came up with. So my issue was wanting a little bit of cushion. This is the T-bone Kraton bumper. But I wanted, it's really stiff when it's on here. And I love that it has a support, but there's almost no give. And so just as a trial here, I just added this bit of foam I had from when I wrecked my car. And it's basically just kind of like medium density. It's actually kind of like a weather stripping because it is foam on the inside, but it's got kind of a sealant because it was the sealer for the headlight. So anyhow, I put some of that in there, and now it seems to provide just a little bit of cushion. So I went ahead, because the T-bone racing bumper comes with shorter screws, so I bought a just to have around because it's super helpful. Shout out to Jenny's RC. I bought one of the Kraton like bolt kits, and it has saved me multiple times. So that's that little hack. Probably gonna do another one right here where it mounts, because that way it's not, that way it just kind of like does it on both accounts. So anyway, that's that. And then wanted to do kind of a bench video on what I've been up to with RC lately, because I haven't even posted since I got a Kraton 6S. So I am loving this thing. And let's see, so starting from the top, basic mods, I just did the RPM arms, front and rear, and then the mud guards, which have been awesome because I drive in a lot of grass, so it keeps a lot of the grit and grime out of the drivetrain, which I love. Hot racing chassis braces, and just kind of got bored of I just didn't like the black look. I thought I would, but it just kind of makes it look too factory. And so I went ahead and de-anodized them with some oven cleaner, and it was actually kind of a fun process. So I did that to the front and rear, and since they were machined prior, you can still see the laser engraving, so pretty fun. Beyond that, I've got these little support braces that who is it? Oh my goodness, I'm blanking. M2C Racing. So I was really stoked on these because, as you can see, there's not much. There's not much connected to what you're supporting. And I knew I was going to go big, not like Rich Duper Bash big, but I like to jump, and shredded my granite, and so I wanted to take care of this one. So I did those. Super happy with them. The only caveat there, because it takes the pressure off of the bulkhead in the rear, which is a common problem for people breaking off the ears on their bulkhead. The only thing Mitch even mentioned to me, because I talked to him on the phone, is you can bend your stock tower, so just to be aware of that. Again, I'm not doing 100-foot jumps, probably more like 60, and so yeah, so anyway, that's that. As you can see, I also de-anodized my shock towers. I just liked the look of it. I thought it looked really cool. Originally I liked the black, but I was just like, you know what, let's just de-anodize and see what happens. It's kind of an experiment, and I'm really glad with how it turned out. And then I just went all in, did it on the chassis too. So kind of flip it over here, you can see, and yeah, just that oven cleaner kind of makes me feel like I have M2C parts, even though I don't. Anyway, so just for fun. And then not going to de-anodize any of the red stuff because it just looks too nice. But still running the same stock factory setup on the shocks. As I said, the T-bone Kraton bumper in the front. I got the T-bone in the rear as well. That's the rear one. Those things, I can't even say enough good things. Like second day out, I just accidentally hit the throttle, and it went right into a wall. And I was like, well, there it goes right there. So anyway, up here I've got, this is a servo I had from my Granite, and as you can see, it's a Savox 0231, and it's the tall version, which in hindsight I kind of wish I wouldn't have gotten. And you can see it's mounted to the Voltage Hobbies aluminum servo mount, and I kind of like at the time, because the way the Granite is, I don't have it in here, but the servo's upside down, and so it didn't matter that it was tall. So here, thankfully, Voltage makes it a little taller, so it can accommodate taller servos. I also just decided to utilize the little plastic spacers that it comes with originally, and then I just mounted it solid because I wanted it to be stiff. And then, as you can see, the angle, if you guys are going to do this, this does clear. I don't know if you can tell, but that does clear right there with some room. But the angle would have been way too angled, I guess would be the word, in order to, you know, use this servo. So again, went to my Jenny's RC Kraton kit and just busted out a bunch of washers. And so this does add weight. You know, you could make the argument that it potentially adds more like wobble, or it's not as tight. I have not noticed any issues. The angle is good on the actual arm here. There's still that play which is supposed to be there, and I've had no issues, and it's been a much stronger servo. So it's not the highest quality. I mean, it's $40, and so it's an upgrade over stock. It's 20 kilogram digital, and so anyway, why not? And that wraps it up. The only other thing that I'll be doing now is going up from the 15 that it comes with to the 20. That's just a stock Talion 20 tooth that it comes with. So we'll see. I also have a fan on order. I was using this this guy right here, the Power Hobby, which I thought was really cool because it came with a dual fan setup. And so basically what I did there, I just wired them in series. So I wired them up to this plug, the 2-pin, and then I used an adapter to go to the receiver. But the first one crapped out, and you can see it's not even spinning really. And then the second one was spinning at like half speed. And I talked to Power Hobbies about this. They're super cool, and they worked something out with me. But the holes didn't really line up, and so like you had to kind of crank the fans on at the same time, and I just didn't really think that was efficient. I didn't really like that, and so I did not go with this on the second time around. But yeah, so with all that to say, I have another fan coming, a single fan, the aluminum Power Hobbies. I think it's a 35 or a 40 millimeter fan. But yeah, so hopefully that should keep it cool. I'm not going to mess with this if for any reason, you know, 20 tooth is too much and it's just either getting too much heat or doesn't have the right torque, or the braking is the other thing I noticed with this truck, is not the strongest. So that's that. But other than that, I'm rebuilding the diffs right now. I finally did break. I shimmed them as everyone recommends. I got the got them right here. So I did the Kyosho. If you're looking to shim your diffs, there are lots of videos out there, but here's the ones that I took. These are from I think Rich Duperbash shouted out somebody else who uses these. I can't remember, but again, you guys are so awesome with just sharing part numbers and making it easy for people to get in. Let's see, what was this one? Oh yeah, so there you go. Those are the O-rings that I used just as replacements on the diffs, and then the Mugen shims, the EO206 or E0206, and these were great. But yeah, I did end up splitting the sun gear and the pin, so I'm not really sure why that happened. It was like a 30-foot jump, nothing crazy, but it did go ahead and split. So running the recommended 50K up front, 200K center, 20K rear, and it night and day. So if you get this truck, first recommendation I'd make, drive it stock and like get a feel for it, because I didn't change anything initially except that I just put the braces on and the arms. I did the arms, but drive it stock and kind of get a feel for it, because it is night and day and so much more fun. Like, it skids out, I wouldn't say it drifts, but it skids out pretty hard in a good way, when you get on the throttle with the upgraded. So hey, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try and make some more as time goes. Just a little difficult. I don't have a GoPro anymore, and iPhone footage kind of isn't really the greatest angles for running videos, but we'll see what happens. I really like the bench videos, so hopefully you found this informative. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments below. I love interacting, and anything I can do to help you have an easier and more fun RC experience, I would be happy to help with. Take care.